everyone, Heather Nicholson here with Dark Adaptations, and I am out at a photo shoot at this beautiful home in Waterloo, Iowa, and thought I would just pop in to give you the 3 big mistakes that we see real estate agents make when taking their own listing photos. So come on and let's take a look at this home and talk about a few examples. Okay, so mistake number 1 that we see when realtors take their own listing photos is the height at which they are taking their photos. So I have seen a bunch of photos where we come up here in like the ceiling corner of the room to try and get everything. And that is just not attractive. Unless you're a spider that's gonna come in as a buyer on this home, this is not the angle at which you're going to view this home every day. So instead, bring that down. We're not gonna live on the ceiling of this home. We're gonna live right about here. So you're looking at eye level or below. Probably about a foot or so, 12 to 18 inches off of the height of the counter. Bringing that down is going to allow your potential buyers and those looking at your listing photos to get an accurate depiction of what this room actually looks like, the good scale of it, as well as giving potential buyers a view of, getting to see more of the floor of the room instead of just the ceiling, which is, kind of goes along with height, right? So there's never usually anything too exciting to see on the ceiling, but buyers want to see a little bit more of the floor. What's the floor like, etc. So you bring that height down and they're going to be able to see a lot more that they want to see. Problem number 2 that we see is lighting. So as you can see, it's really bright in this room, can make for some really good photographs. However, if you don't have the ability to edit your lighting down, specifically in this room as well, you're going to get what is called blowout in your windows. And that is when you get way too much light coming in, your camera lens can't capture everything in proper lighting balance, which means you're going to get these big glaring kind of white blown out windows that are not very appealing. So making sure that you can adjust any camera settings that you can ahead of time is going to save you time and money in the end in your editing process. So making sure you're kind of getting that balance of light, but that's definitely a huge problem we see. That, and of course, really, really dark rooms that have basically no light coming in, and you have to compensate for that in your camera as well. Another mistake that we see when it comes to lighting is balancing the lightness or even the bluish tint of our outdoor lighting to this yellow light coming from this light fixture. Mistake number 3 is angles. And what exactly do I mean by that? So really it is just how are you placing your camera in the room and being conscientious about what you're catching within that room. So if you have ever heard of the grid before, essentially it sets up your screen so that you can accurately assess what exactly you are looking at in your frame. So the 2 most popular ways in terms of angles to take your photos is like this, where my corner angle is straight on from my camera, or if we scooch over a little bit, like this, where you've got a square on shot of the room. And if you've looked at any of our work before, you can definitely tell that the straight on shot is our favorite shot of the rooms. It's the most popular shot we do. I just really, really like it because I feel like it gives such a natural look to the room, where it's not like you're just standing in a corner looking at the room, which is kind of unnatural. If you think about, a person that lives in a home isn't going to stand at the corner and look at the room all the time. And those angles obviously are good to have, but definitely our preference, as you can tell from previous videos and our portfolio, is that we do this square on shot of the rooms. So to recap, those top 3 mistakes we are seeing real estate agents make when taking their listing photos, we have number 1, the height at which you are taking your photos. Number 2, the lighting of each room that you are taking photos of. And number 3, we have the angles at which you are taking those photos. Of course, our advice is going to be to hire a professional photographer. That way it takes the burden off of you. And of course, we understand the height and the lighting and the angles already. We're here to save you time and save you dollars in the end. So please feel free to give us a call. We can answer any questions you have as well at any time. Again, Heather Nicholson here with Dark Adaptations. Take care.